Morning all. So day 24 today, and left a bit earlier to try and tackle the sun, but off to Bristol. I'm not feeling that great this morning, and I don't know whether it's my body or my head, or it could be a combination of both. Slept alright, but yeah, I sort of felt it a bit yesterday. I just let it ride the wave this morning. It might just pass by, but yeah, it's hard to explain. My body is starting to ache every day now, but I was going to say I don't want to make excuses, but I don't have to. So I've done over 600 miles. But yeah, my head, that's what, it's not even PTSD, it's just mental health. It's really confusing. So you don't know what's a standard feeling a bit rubbish, or whether it's mental health or PTSD just coming up, tapping you on the shoulder, reminding you that it's going to be there today. Yeah. Anyway, let's try and focus on the positives and head to Bristol. I think it's about 30 miles today. We'll see how we get on. Just met a lovely gentleman. So I was running down this road. He was in a lay-by, and I see him taking a photo. So I stopped to have a chat, and yeah, he's got a beautiful Royal Enfield. I'll pop it up on the screen so you can see the picture I took. But yeah, we just got talking. He's having a bit of time out. He's going to go up to one of the big hills. He's got his little chair, cup of tea, and just watch the world go by for a bit, which sounds a bliss idea. But I was telling him about what I was doing, and then he was saying about his PTSD. And actually, he was in one of the last bombings that the IRA done in, I think it was Victoria Station over in London. And that's how he got his PTSD. But more importantly, which I don't really talk about much, but it's a massive thing. And as he said, that the big thing for him was not actually the event itself, which was like obviously horrific, but it was linked in with that. It was the survivor guilt that ate him up more. The fact that, you know, someone next to him died and he survived. And that's such a real thing, and something that's not spoke about that much. And we think about, you know, PTSD and trauma, but the other stuff that overlap it. And when you go through a horrific thing and you see people dying, and like with me in the military and stuff like that, it's, yeah, you do get a massive sense of guilt of why them and not me. And then that guilt, it's like starts eating away, like all PTSD and complex PTSD. And it's like a dark cloud. And you just can't get out of it. And it just haunts you, I suppose is a better word. But he's doing really well. Lovely guy. And yeah, what a nice way to have a Sunday morning going up to the hills on a Royal Enfield. That's what I said. That's going to be my next midlife crisis, I think. Get myself a bike. I would love to do this again, but just touring. Just have a different experience and see a different side of it. Yeah, lovely bloke. Always nice to meet people just randomly on the side of the road. I wish I was on a bike now though. That'd be nice. Just been thinking about that survivor's guilt, and yeah, it's just been going around my head. And one thing I will say is, I feel like I have to put a caveat saying about me walking, because again, that's going around my head thinking, oh, people think that you're running it, you're walking it, and I know no one's worried, but again, that's just in my head about how I feel people judge me. But I'm walking a bit this morning because I'm actually walking the same speed as I'm running, believe it or not. So yeah, just trying to get my body into the right gear. But anyway, yeah, I was thinking about survivor's guilt, and then I was like thinking about all the times I've not wanted to be here. And to be honest with you, I have them thoughts more than you think. Like, at least a couple of times a week. And that can be hard for people to hear, especially loved ones, friends, because I think people's grasp or understanding of it is that just because you're saying you don't want to be here is that you don't love them, or you don't care about them, or I've heard things saying it's selfish. It's, you know, like, the thing that I hate is when people say it's selfish, and when people say, oh, they just took the easy way out. They've got no clue. I've been at the brink of, you know, attempting that a few times. And the hard thing is convincing yourself you deserve to be here. And when you're at that brink of whichever way you're deciding to do it, it's going to go and take your own life, whether it's a cry for help that goes too far, and that's a sad thing, we never know about that, or whether it's an attempt that you know that that's what you want. It's not an easy thing to do, but in that moment, nothing and no one matters. Like, you're not thinking about, oh, well, what if I leave this person? How upset are they going to be? It's so hard to explain, but it's like no one else exists. It's just you, your thoughts, and darkness. And now you're probably asking, well, if it's like that, why am I still here? And to be honest with you, I wish I knew the answer. There's something, whether it's I'm not a scientist, but whether it's a chemical that gets released, whether it's a fault, but I honestly can't remember the turning point of each of them times that you know, kept me here. Now I'm talking about the times where I've stood on a bridge, or stood on the edge of a cliff, or, you know, just had a knife to me. The other times where I've taken overdoses and I've done stuff to my body, for me personally, I can say only one of them times I was angry, upset and disappointed and felt a failure when I was brought back round. But the other times, even though I didn't think it at the time, I now know all the other attempts was that cry for help. I didn't actually want to do anything, but I just wanted people to take notice that something's not right and I can't cope, rather than asking for help. That was a way of doing it. But then, like, that's what got me thinking. So the survivor's guilt, it's not only guilt of maybe seeing someone else lose their life and you get guilt of being here. That survivor's guilt can be when you don't want to be yourself and you try and do stuff to go, and then, you know, it doesn't happen, or you get brought back round, or you do survive. You have to live with your own guilt of going around the spiral saying, and that feeds into, I'm only talking for me now, so everyone's different, but as I've spoke about, my brain keeps telling me I'm rubbish, I'm no good, I'm stupid, pathetic. And when you try and take your own life and it doesn't work, God, does that confirm what you're thinking? That you can't even get that right, that you're stupid, you're rubbish, and it's just a spiral. So then you have to sit with the survivor's guilt within yourself. Yeah, it's not a nice place to be. And I wish I knew the answer what, at that split second, when you're thinking about doing something, the difference between not doing it and doing it. I don't think anyone's ever going to know that answer. Yeah. Interesting thought. So just I'm at the top of Hereford Road, just coming into Abergavenny, and I've just found these set of keys with car keys on them, and it looks like loads of house keys. But I'm gonna go and hand them into the police station. So randomly, if anyone is watching this from this area and lost a set of keys, then yeah, I'm gonna hand them into the police station when I find it. When if I can't find it, I'll hand them in to like a fire station or something like that. But I'll let you know where they've been handed into. I know what it's like when you lose keys and stuff like that, but yeah. So them keys, just as I was coming down Hereford Road, there's Morrison's, and I was chatting to some lovely people that was asking what I was doing, and I actually said a better suggestion of handing them in to the Morrison's as it's on that road. So that's what I've done. So if you're anyone or around this area that's lost a set of keys, 2 car keys and some Apple earbuds there, and hopefully if they've got the tracker thing, they'll be able to find where them keys are anyway. Yeah, just met some lovely people, and a mental health nurse who I should have recorded a little interview, but I don't know, my brain's just not working well today. So I had a lovely conversation with them, and another gentleman as well that was a firefighter that again said, confirmed with the interview I done with the other female firefighter, about the support in the fire service around trauma is really good, but actually they don't have a voice outside of their own support network, and obviously, you know, the trauma that they go through isn't really recognised widely around the PTSD side of things outside of their own support. So yeah, it's a sad chain of events that needs to change. But yeah, got a couple of people scanning, following me and sponsoring me, so that was nice. But today, everything, or this morning I should say, everything is hurting, and I think that's partly, it is physically hurting, but also it's just my head, and I need to pick up the pace, otherwise at this rate I'm going to be getting to Bristol about 10 o'clock tonight. Yeah, I'm just walking in the shade for a bit, and then I'll start running again in a sec. what a great group of lads. Again, it's all about the people you meet on this journey, and just to run alongside me, start chatting, then to offer to buy me a coffee and a chat. And it was really nice just having that time to just talk about stuff, explain what I'm doing, listening to their stories. And it's people like that that help me put one foot in front of the other. So yeah, respect to people like that, and everyone that's been helpful and welcoming to me. So yeah, a lot of love. I've just come to a little square that I found, and just got to pack off for a bit. It's not been a good day today. It's been hard. And I say it's like it's over. I think I'm going to be hitting Bristol in about another, don't know, mile and a half, maybe. Well, not Bristol. I can't even think what it's called. Place the other side of the bridge. Brain's a bit fried, I don't know. Chapstow, that's it. And then I've got another game away over the bridge. And then I think it's about another. What I'm going to do is go to the bus station, because I would have hit my mile markers then of the, I think it's 29 or 30 something miles, and then I'm going to get a bus hopefully from where my finish location was just to the other side of Bristol, because I've secured that campsite. And I had a look on the thing and it's another 10 miles or so, and I haven't got that in me. So, yeah. But I'm going to try and find somewhere and get a drink. I filled my water up twice today. But, yeah, it's hot. So, annoyingly enough, I have just realised I recorded a message or done 2 updates, and I've just gone to record this one, and I've noticed that the memory card was full, so the other videos didn't record. So I'll do a bit of a recap. The time now is 20 to 4, and I got to Petsworth or wherever it is, the other side of Bristol, the other side of the bridge. I don't know, about hour and a bit ago. But that was 22 miles, I think, up to there. And I've met some lovely people, but the heat. I've gone through 2 lots of water, and had to refill. Shops have been lovely as I've passed, and I had to refill. One house, this lady was doing her garden, refilled one of my bottles for me. Shows you how high it was, or height it is even. Can't even speak. I threw up earlier. I didn't feel ill. I think it might have just been the heat and the weight. I felt okay afterwards, but I'm sure you didn't want to know that. But anyway, when I got to Chapstow, or wherever it's called, I went to film to go over the bridge. Part of the bridge was closed. Yeah, so this camera's overheating a bit, so it keeps on doing funny things. I went to go over the pedestrian part and it was closed, and they had a link bus, because it's closed to drive you over. So I got on that, and actually my plan was to get to the other side of the bridge, and then, as I said, to get on a bus and go into Bristol centre, and then do about 3.5 miles from the camp to the campsite. But I got on the bus, and then when I spoke to him, he was going to the city centre anyway, so yeah, I just stayed on the bus, got to the city centre, and now I've met some lovely people and chatting, but now I'm just hugging the river, which is, if I show you, just through them trees there, just hugging the river. And yeah, it's about 3.5, 4 miles when I looked at it to this campsite. I'm hoping to pass another shop to get a drink, and maybe, I think there's like a Sainsbury's or something, if I take a little detour before I get there, because I don't think there's anything at this campsite. So I'll just get a bit of food for later. But yeah, it's not been a fun day today. I have met lovely people, but yeah, as you can see the way I'm walking now, I've got nothing left in me to even pretend to run or to jog or crawl. I'm just strolling along now. I've allowed myself the speed I'm walking to get to this campsite. Normally takes me every 4 miles. It's been taking me an hour, or give or take, but I'm allowing myself realistically probably an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes to do 3 and a bit miles. But yeah, I've got that other stuff didn't recall, so I can't even remember what I said now. But that's life, I have to keep an eye on it. When I get to this campsite, I'm going to delete all of the stuff that's saved on the memory card to then empty it out. But it's done quite well, so I haven't emptied it since I left John O'Groats. So considering I've only got whatever it is, 7-8 days left, yeah, that should be fine. But I'm going to try and hug these trees literally and get in the shade, and then check in here when I'm nearer the campsite. So just to show that I am human and things do, I don't know what the word, don't even know what the word is, but a lovely gentleman just chatting to me on the bike, and he was just going for a bike ride, and I was having a nice chat with him, but I could feel myself not engaging as much as I would do. Every part of my brain just wanted to walk by myself, but that feels horrible, so that's not what it's about. And if you are watching this, I apologise. It's not who I am. You just called me on a bit of a hard last push. But I suppose it's only natural. Sometimes you do want to just be on your own, but I do feel bad because obviously everyone's been amazing, and I suppose I've got an obligation to chat to people, and then I've got to remind myself I might be the first person that he's chatted to all day, so it's not all about what suits me and what's right for me. Yeah, I'm sure on a start to the morning or a call a day, that would have been a different conversation. Cheers, mate. I'm only just over 2 miles away, but just walked past this sports club or working man's club. Just got myself a Snickers and a pint of orange juice lemonade. This last bit, I didn't have it in me before, but it's taken every part of me just to get there. I feel like I've got nothing left in the tank. A bit worrying considering tomorrow and for the next 6 days or 7 days, I don't even know what day it is. It's nice of you watching me eat and drink, isn't it? I was going to say it's the first day I feel like quitting, but I'm sure I felt like that before. But today it's just the thought of doing one more mile, let alone 2. Push forward. I'm now randomly walking down the road that's been closed because there's the Bristol festival going on. So I'm definitely not going to the festival, but this is the way the campsite. What's the bet in this campsite? It's right bang in the middle of the festival. I don't care, I'll sleep on a cow. I literally don't even know if this is right, but I don't care anymore. I can see some camper vans over there, but the path ran out, so just going through these fields. And I don't know if you can hear it pumping in the background. That's the Bristol festival. This looks promising. Probably come back in the back way. Can I get in there? No. So I've just arrived at the campsite about 15 minutes ago. It's 6:05 and the lovely farmer has let me stay in his garden, and this is where I'm pitched up. So just got a little shaded area, and these are my neighbours. They've just been chatting to me ever since I've been here. There's one little calf here, and I don't know whether you can see him, he was over there, but he's just rolling around just over there at the moment. But yeah, these are here's Larry. Hello. Hello. And then they should give me a little access to a little toilet there, and they've allowed me to charge my stuff up in their garage, so it's everything I need. The only thing that I've not got, which I'm not going to make a fuss about, is very good signal here, so trying to keep in contact with people is a bit of a no-go. But I bought some, went past a little shop, so I bought Sprite, a Coke, bought some Haribo. I don't really eat them, but I just need the sugar, and bought some bacon and some rolls, and I think that's what I'm going to do for dinner in a minute. Just get some more food in me. And yeah, today's just been, I will do a roundup video, but it's just been another level today. Really, I've got to get out of this headspace. I can't see how I can finish this, because today it's just obviously not impossible, so I'm here, but it took everything I had to get here. And I've got another, 6 days? 7 days, whatever it is. Just feels like from yesterday, or might be the day before, my body started to really ache. Shoulders, neck, hips, legs. But then I've got to remind myself how far I've come. It's just not how I wanted to start. The last stage, just looking forward to, and I still am, Sam running with me tomorrow. I use running as a real light term.
But Sam being with me tomorrow, and potentially Rachel from PTSD UK. Yeah, I've just got to get out this tired and low headspace. Maybe some food to help get a hot drink down me. And yeah, just get some rest. I've come all this way in a lovely, like, farmers and the families give me his garden camping. I've got calves there, nice and tranquil, and then I've got Reading. I've got Bristol Festival. It's just like a rave on crack. They're, as he said, they're all youngsters, so they're like in all 18 to 25. You know what that's like, that festival. But it's massive. Like, literally people walking. Everyone in Bristol seems to have been heading that way. They closed all the roads off just to get the flow of people walking up to it, and I was like, why are they walking the same direction as me? And literally, as I turned off for this farm, they was walking straight on, and they're in the next field. It's not Heathfield, but yeah, how's your luck? But anyway, I'm going to get some food, and then I'll pop back in a sec and just round up today, really. So because the signal's so bad, I've just come down the road and popped into a local pub, purely just to use their Wi-Fi. Didn't really want to venture out, but yeah, so today's just been a mission. I've met some great people. The cyclists, the runners, were a great group, and met some other nice people en route. But yeah, it's just been tough today. And it's been I think it's the first day, I can't even remember, that it feels like I just can't do it. But I will do it, or I'll do my best. Just drained and tired. And then it was a push today to get the other side of Bristol, even though, and that's a stupid thing, even though I jumped on the bus, the other side of the bridge. So that took me 4 miles in. But I was initially going to stop just the other side of the bridge anyway. But then when I secured this place to stay, and because Sam's meeting me tomorrow, it means that tomorrow we're going to be running. I've shortened the day tomorrow, so I don't think I've got it in me to originally was going to be doing 30 miles. So I've shortened it to 21 tomorrow, and then moved the other ones about, which still sees me. I think the maximum I'm doing in Cornwall is 2 lots of, or 1 lot of 30 and 1 lot of 33, and then on the last day I know I've got it down to 25 miles. But to be honest, I can't even think of that yet. Just got to try and get the energy to get through tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to sign this one off now. Sorry, it's just been a bit down one, but as I say, I've met some fantastic people, had some good conversations on and off camera. But yeah, thanks for watching, for your support, and for getting behind me and believing that I can do it, even when at times I don't believe it myself. Hopefully I can. Hopefully I won't let people down. But yeah, I'm going to sign this one off. and remember, just keep safe. Remember, it's okay not to be okay. Remember, talking is the best therapy, and that's what I've found at the moment. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for day 25 when we leave Bristol. Yeah, cheers.